Hello and welcome to the 2020 Comp-U-Dopt Oktoberfest. Now this is the 13th annual Comp-U-Dopt Oktoberfest. It's the first annual and hopefully only annual virtual Comp-U-Dopt Oktoberfest. But it's no surprise that Comp-U-Dopt is doing whatever it takes to get laptops and computers into the hands of kids in Houston and now beyond. If you don't know who I am Chaz Miller. I'm a community journalist at ABC 13 here in Houston. Now way back in March, I was sent to do a story on a local nonprofit who was giving computers to kids who needed them. Now this was right when the COVID-19 pandemic hit. That of course was Comp-U-Dopt, and it's been amazing to see how much they've grown over a few months. Back in March, that feels like years ago, but it really has happened in just a few months. And it really is my honor to do this. It was a tremendous honor for them to ask me. And so I'm happy to be here with you tonight, even if it is a different situation. Now, as you know, this is all about talent. Way back in August, Comp-U-Dopt put a call out. They said, record your talent, send it to us, and we'll pick the 10 best to be in our Oktoberfest talent show. Well, they have picked the 10. In just a little bit, we will watch those 10. The winner gets $500. You are going to be able to vote on the winner, so it should be a good time. But before we do that, we've got a few housekeeping items to get to. Below this video player, you should see 3 buttons. One of them is to vote. Don't click that one yet. One of them is for a silent auction. Go ahead and click that one. One of them is to make a general donation to Comp-U-Dopt. Now on that silent auction, there's all kinds of great things there for you to bid on. And there's a wide range of price points. There's everything from dog pampering, which dog doesn't need that, to you pampering, to trips. So when you get a second, check that out. Another thing I want to mention is if you signed up in time, you should have one of these boxes. What is this? The official Comp-U-Dopt Oktoberfest box. Prost. So what's in here? We've got, all very beautifully packaged, we've got a beer glass, and I think there's a coupon in there from Eureka Heights. Bring this to their tap room, you get a free beer. Who doesn't like free beer? You get the glass. I don't want to take the koozie off because I will probably drop it. And I've never seen a glass koozie before, so you learn something new every day. There are also pretzels, because who doesn't like pretzels with their beer? And finally, this is the thing that when I take it home tonight, my wife and my daughter will fight me for. Cookie, a Comp-U-Dopt cookie. So we're going to do a little more housekeeping. We'll talk about the talent contest and how you can vote in just a little bit. But before we do that, we've got a message from Megan, the CEO, and Colin, the executive director.
Thank you for joining us here tonight at our first ever virtual Oktoberfest celebration. We are so happy to have you. First of all, thank you to the donors who are supporting this event. And I also want to give a shout out to our awesome staff who has been able to pivot in 1,000 different ways this year, including putting this event together for you. So if 2020 could have a theme word for Comp-U-Dopt, that word would be growth. One of the most exciting things that we're announcing this evening is that in just about a month, we will be unveiling the new Near North Side Tech Hub. Our Comp-U-Dopt warehouse has been under construction. Many of you contributed to our capital campaign. Thank you. We were able to close that out. So in that project, we have doubled our classroom space so that we can serve more students. We've expanded our staff area for trainers to be able to innovate and create new programs and solutions and activities that we can push out to the community to help continue to develop the next generation of innovators. So stay tuned for that. In about a month when we're able to, we will be doing a virtual unveiling. We will walk you through the building and show you all of the exciting things that will be taking place there. And thank you again to our donors who participated in the capital campaign. The other reason that growth is our word for this year is because Comp-U-Dopt has gone national. So back in March, when the lockdown happened, our awesome Houston team put together a concept for a computer drive-through that runs through a lottery system where families who didn't have access to a computer could go online to our website, register if they didn't have one, to enter our computer lottery, and then hopefully receive one based on the inventory we had available. Within the first 24 hours, we had over 25,000 households in the greater Houston area register for a device. Since then, that number has climbed up to well over 70,000. And we have stepped up to meet that need as quickly and efficiently as possible. So in the past 5 months in Houston alone, we've handed out over 8,000 devices. And then on top of that, because this model was so replicable and the need across the country was so great, we've been able to add 9 other cities to our repertoire and to serve students in those communities. So we've reached students in Galveston, Corpus Christi, Covington, Kentucky, Chicago, Washington, D.C., New Orleans, and stay tuned for a few more cities that we'll be adding to that list. Of course, also, we don't want to forget Dallas and Fort Worth. So in the past 6 months, including all of those cities, we will have handed out just over 15,000 devices when we normally hand out about 3,000 a year. So it's been a big step up from this from our team this year, and we are so grateful to have such talented and competent people who are so passionate about solving this problem. Likewise, you stepped up. Our donors, our philanthropic community, and our partners were right there with us to help us close the digital divide during this time where it's been such a difficult period for both distance learning, telehealth, and accessing the world of content and knowledge that's beyond reach for families that don't have access to a device at home. So thank you again for joining us this evening. Sit back, relax. We look forward to sharing with you some additional stories about our growth and expansion and the exciting things ahead for Comp-U-Dopt as the year goes on. Have a great night.
Good evening and welcome to Comp-U-Dopt Houston's 13th annual Oktoberfest celebration. My name is Colin Dempsey, Executive Director here for Houston and Galveston of Comp-U-Dopt, and we are so excited to have you join us this evening to celebrate 13 years of Comp-U-Dopt and our mission of providing technology access and education to underserved youth. This evening we have a great lineup for you. We're so excited that you were able to join us at home, staying safe, using your at-home celebration kits, and we hope that you share tonight on social media and others and invite them and make sure that they get involved. We have lots of great items in our silent auction still available for you to bid on, and we hope that tonight's going to be a great evening. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope to see you in person soon and next year at Oktoberfest 2021.
Megan, Colin, thank you so much. Thank you to the performers who sent their talents into Comp-U-Dopt. We also have to thank our sponsors tonight, especially our 2 lead sponsors, Exelon Generation and Southwestern Energy. Lots of great sponsors, performers, lots of great people here at Comp-U-Dopt. It's not possible without any of them, so thank you very much. Now, go ahead and crack your beer or your bottled water like I have over here. It is time for the first 5 participants of the 2020 Comp-U-Dopt Oktoberfest. Now remember, you don't have to worry about voting right now. We'll talk about that later. So sit back, have a drink, watch these performances, and then we'll come back, talk a little bit, and we'll have the final 5. But here are the first 5 performances of our Oktoberfest.
like you. Supposedly alone and afraid, the others felt so too. They said that my edges were frayed, living all alone. No one even bothered to help me, I was so darn prone for people to laugh at me. One faithful day I looked in the mirror and I said to myself, you are a beautiful thing. Hey, don't you change a thing. Just have faith in this world, let your true color shine. You're beautiful and fine, you are a beautiful thing. If you couldn't have faith in this world, I could never reach the stars. I could never be who you are, my friend. But maybe with you by my side, I could soar. I am a beautiful thing. Hey, I won't change a thing, unless it's for the better. We shall make it to the end, and I'll find happiness again. We are two beautiful things. Let's go find our way. Let's go find our way.
life to find my own place. And maybe it's the party talking or the chocolate fondue.
But with you,
I found my
I see
place.
your face.
And it's nothing like I've ever known before. Love is an open door. Love is an open door. Love is an open door.
With you,
With you,
with you,
with you. Love is an open door. I mean, it's crazy.
What?
We finish each other's.
sandwiches.
That's what I was gonna say.
I never met someone
Who thinks so much like me? Jinx! Jinx again! Our mental synchronization can have but one explanation. You
and I
were
just
meant to be.
Say goodbye.
Say goodbye to the pain of the past. We don't have to feel it anymore. Love is an open door. Love is an open door. Life can be so much more
With you,
with you,
with you,
with you. Love is an open door.
Love is an open door.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. No, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah. I woke up this morning, woke with the rising sun, saw three little birds sitting by my doorstep, just singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true. I sing, yeah, this is my message to you. They were singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. No, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Woke up this morning, woke with the rising sun, saw three little birds sit by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, those melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. So don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
All right, so there you go. That is the halfway point. We have 10 performers this evening. You just saw 5, so thank you to, and I'm going to read it so I don't get anybody's name wrong. Thank you to Sean Heller, Jessica Cohen, Boomtown Brass Band, Quarantine Sing Team, and Emmanuel Gilligan and his birds. So thank you to all of you guys. Now, a few things. Go ahead and refill your beer. That's important. You drink one for the first 5, drink another one for the next 5. You're sitting at home, right? Next, I'm going to tell you once again and remind you that that auction is available. If you don't remember this from earlier, look down below this video player. There is a button where you can click on the auction. That auction will be open until midnight. So many cool things on there. Trips to Colorado, trips to where? Washington, D.C., right? There's a Washington, no, where's the tennis? Mexico. Yeah, there's a tennis package on there, right? We've got all sorts of things, pampering for your dog, pampering for you. So go check out the auction. You can see what's on there, and that will all go to our total for tonight. Now, speaking of our total for tonight, Colin, the paper, please. Thank you. So the goal for this evening is $55,000. Right here, we've got tonight's total so far. Remember, we're only halfway through this. Can you see that? Oh, is it gonna? There you go. 48,541. So we're getting there. Less than $7,000 to go. Remember, there's that button down below where you can make a general donation. You can click on the auction, check out all those great things on there, and you can just, contribute to Comp-U-Dopt. So very close to that goal. Thanks again for everybody who's participated, everybody who's watched, and we got 5 more performances to go. So I will quit babbling, and you can watch these last 5 performances now.
Things don't grow here without heartache and waiting on the sun. Like the bonnets and the love of your true one. Please don't budge when the sky's gray. Sounds like me thinking about you on a better day. Texas honey, sweeter than mustard dye. Makes me drunker with some wine. I need more out of life than working money. Why could I use a little sunshine? Texas honey. They say it's either sunny or something else. That's why I need a little sweetness on my shelf. Texas honey is sweeter than mustard dye. It makes me drunker with some wine. I need more out of life than working money. Why could I use a little sunshine? Why could I use a little sunshine? Texas honey.
Sweetly nestled by the cub at your shoulder. Could you know, side by side there in the snow, that your fostered brood would grow and leave your bloodline colder? Fierce and free, it will flee just like an enemy. At winter's end, he'll never fly with you. Never join the flight or heed your beck and coo. But mother bird, I guess you do what all good mothers do.
Hello everybody, this is Sergio and I'm here with my space friends Rochelle and Tony. We are streaming live from Mars.
We heard about the Comp-U-Dopt talent show, so we're gonna play you a little song.
So there you go. That is all 10 performers. We've seen them all tonight. I got to name the next 5, or that last 5. Thank you to the new vintage bluegrass band, Arthur Gillian, Amelia Earhart returns, Rochelle Sloan and Sergio Vasquez, and Rhonda Roberts with Bird and Cub. So thank you all so much for that. While those last 5 performers were going, we got up to $50,000. Remember, the goal for the night was $55,000. Oh, so close. One way, once again, that you can contribute to that is with those 3 buttons that we keep talking about. Silent auction, open till midnight. Cool trips, cool experiences, check that out. You can make a general donation. That is also where you can vote for tonight's winners. You can click that button that says vote. Once again, it's right below your video player. That is where you will go and pick your winner. The winner tonight of this Oktoberfest gets $500. So put some thought into this. Enjoy it. And while we tally those, we're going to show you this video. It says about all the things Comp-U-Dopt has been up to since the pandemic hit.
With online schooling coming for many in the near future, many are scrambling to get their hands on computers. ABC 13's Chaz Miller joins us now live with more on how one company is trying to make that happen.
Yeah, you mentioned using the computer to do online games and educational things. Well, there's a large portion of the population that don't have access to computers, and that's where our friends here at Comp-U-Dopt are hoping to step up.
Comp-U-Dopt has been around since 2007, and since then we've handed out over 13,000 computers to students and families without access to a computer at home. We've partnered with over 72 schools, community organizations, and charter school systems to find the kids who are most in need of our service.
We know that 40% of children who are living at or below the poverty level in Houston don't have access to the tools that they need. And our solution here at Comp-U-Dopt is to provide a refurbished computer so that students have that tool.
Cars lined up outside Comp-U-Dopt of Houston on Wednesday, waiting to get a digital device.
Feels good to go into the school year in a couple weeks knowing that at least that stressor is eliminated.
It was all thanks to Reliant Give and the Deshaun Watson Foundation, who donated $175,000 to Comp-U-Dopt.
It was really meaningful for us to be able to give back in such a tangible way.
500 families got a hard drive, monitor, keyboard, mouse, and 2 months of free internet from Comcast.
That's all I can say. Look at God.
In 2007, the nonprofit Comp-U-Dopt
launched in Houston with the goal of providing computers to families. They've recently expanded to Chicago, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, New Orleans, and Washington, D.C.
Hey, every time we have anyone come on our show, and I'm very grateful that you came on, thank you. I ask people if they can highlight a charity or two that they're working with. You have two. The first one is Comp-U-Dopt. Comp-U-Dopt. So it's like adopt, but computer adoption. What is Comp-U-Dopt?
Yeah, we partnered with a company, Comp-U-Dopt, to get a chance to obviously help with education during times like this, find ways to be able to help kids educate themselves from home. And obviously a lot of people, some of the kids can't afford computers, can't afford to have some of those things at home. So I thought it was a great idea to be able to partner with Comp-U-Dopt and be able to provide, over 600 plus computers for the kids in the inner city of Houston. So I thought it was an amazing idea to be able to have them continue their education, because I truly believe education is a very, very powerful in today's society.
The digital divide is a real concern. 46% of low-income Americans do not have a computer, and 44% report not having access to internet at home.
On average, pre-COVID, we handed out about 3,000 computers a year, and in the last 4 months, we've handed out 13,000 and counting.
In March, they began a drive-through service, distributing gently used devices through a lottery system.
Having somebody drive up in their car through our drive-through, and we put a computer in and they look out at us and say, when do we have to give this back? And we get to say, never. It's yours forever. It's so much more than a computer for these families. It does give them family time back. It does give them access and resources to other support services that help their family.
This is a very exciting day. We are here at Comp-U-Dopt. I'm Councilmember Carla Cisneros, and I have started this program in my district that we are doing today. We are passing out 550 desktop computers to residents of District H. So they applied for to be awarded a desktop computer, and then the names were selected on Monday through a randomized computer lottery.
The digital divide is real. I think what we have learned even more so from COVID-19 is that it's difficult to have remote learning if our families and our kids don't have the tools that they need to engage in remote learning. Every kid is important. Every kid has potential, and every community should be a community of inspiration and aspiration.
Where would you like the computer? One of the things we learned through the application process is that 50% of the people that applied make less than $20,000 a year. So that's a really important group that we are reaching that would not otherwise have been able to afford computers.
As a CEO, there are many worthy causes, and when we looked at the environment here in Houston, we found Comp-U-Dopt. There's a huge gap that's not going to get solved if we don't roll out computers and training to these kids now. If they don't have basic computing skills, how are they going to compete in the marketplace?
Not only are we giving them the tools that they need for a 21st century education, but we're also developing these skills in education and introducing them to career pathways that they may have never considered before.
It's amazing to see what Comp-U-Dopt has been up to. Colin, not only have you guys grown and given more laptops out, you've been able to do that in the middle of a pandemic. It's really quite remarkable.
Thanks, Chaz. And really that is all owed to our donors like you all at home and our staff here at Comp-U-Dopt. Since mid-March, we have given out over 8,500 computers here in Houston. And in a typical year, we only do about 2,000. So it's really been a banner year for us here at Comp-U-Dopt, and the need is greater than ever. The digital divide has always been an issue in Houston, but it was just highlighted when the pandemic struck. And we were ready to go here at Comp-U-Dopt. And again, that's thanks to folks like you at home who were able to help us out and donate to our cause so that we could provide this quality tech access to students in Houston. But Comp-U-Dopt is about more than just a computer. We also provide after-school enrichment programming for elementary, middle, and high school students. And with that programming, we're able to teach students to be not just consumers of technology, but innovators and creators of the tech that run our lives every day. So thank you to you all at home for joining us tonight and for working with us to get out these machines to students. I want to send a special thank you to Exelon and Southwestern, who have sponsored us over the years. Southwestern especially gave us another $50,000 at the height of the pandemic to provide computers for students here in Houston. They've been a long-standing partner, so I just want to say thank you to them. I also want to say thank you to all of our artists. Thank you for submitting all of your talents to us. We had lots and lots of submissions and narrowed it down to these 10, so thank you all at home for submitting your talents so that we could help raise money for students here in Houston.
And thanks to people who bought a ticket to watch this.
Yes, thank you all. I hope you're enjoying your beer at home. Thanks to Eureka Heights for sponsoring our boxes. Make sure that you go visit their tap room here in the Heights. They're just down the street here from Comp-U-Dopt, so you can stop by and say hello to us too. Go enjoy a socially distant beer at their tap room. They've always been a supporter of our Oktoberfest, and hopefully next year we can all see you again in person.
Yeah, and we'll get to the winner here in just a second. The one thing I wanted to mention is you guys are doing 4 times more. You mentioned going from 2,000 to 8,000. Nobody really saw this coming. I mean, to be able to do that is incredible. And even as kids go back to school, like for my daughter, we're fortunate enough to have access to an iPad, but she still has to take it to school every day. So while kids are going back to school, they still need to have that device to bring with them.
They do, and we know that students living at or below the poverty line in Houston, 46% of them do not have access to even one computer at home. And I think we found out during the pandemic that you can't write a college essay on a phone, you can't attend a Zoom on a phone, especially if you're sharing it between multiple siblings. So this really has become an essential need. The computers that we're giving out to students are tools that every child needs. Now more than ever. So what I want to do is ask everyone at this time, go ahead and scroll down underneath the live stream. You can minimize us, you'll still hear our voices, and go ahead and make a donation towards Comp-U-Dopt. Your funds go towards our programming so that we can provide these quality computers and quality tech education to all of these students. Just before the break, we were at about $50,000. Again, our goal this night is 55. So hopefully you find it in your heart to donate to us. Also, our auction is open until midnight this evening, so if you see that you are outbid, now is the time to go back and outbid your bidder. Make sure that you secure the ultimate prize. There's lots of great things local here in Houston, but if you're viewing from Nashville or Chicago or Alaska or DC, all over the country we have folks tuning in. You can bid on some of the other trips that are available there. There's the tennis trip in DC that was donated. We have a trip in Mexico, a trip in Colorado, Idaho. These are all great places that you can go for your quarantine vacation and make sure that you're staying socially distant and away from others, but also enjoying yourself. And at the same time, supporting Comp-U-Dopt. So thank you all for being here with us tonight, and I think we have some unfinished business to announce the winner.
It is big, so we're talking about computers and laptops. We're now going to announce the winner from an envelope. All right, let's see. Let's see here. I think this is up to the
We don't have an accounting firm with us, so this is really
goodness.
just our staff.
Jackie is making changes as we go. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie. I'll give it to you, Chaz.
That's a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? Take a sip of your beer. Who do you think the winner was?
I had a lot of favorites. I'm from Kentucky originally, so the bluegrass performances were my favorite. I also love a good ukulele, which we had a lot of submissions of, but there's probably one standout favorite.
All right, without further ado, the winner is, and this is an original composition, I believe, right?
Yes.
All right, the winner is, you ready?
Yes.
The winner is Rochelle Sloan and Sergio Vasquez with Space
Space
Jam
Jam
for
for
Comp-U-Dopt. Yay! There you go.
Yeah.
So
if you all enjoyed their performance, or you want to watch this whole live stream again and share it with your friends and family, we'll be posting it to our website at compudopt.org. Again, there's still time to donate. I want to get an update on the total right now as we are tabulating. Da-da-da. We're at $50,191 tonight, so make sure that you open up your phone, go ahead and make that donation. You can make it on our normal website or through this link. Thank you all so much for joining us. Chaz, thank you for coming and hosting. We appreciate having you.
It's been great.
Yeah, and we'll see you all soon, hopefully in a socially distant future.
And real quick, before we do go, you had mentioned the auction.
Yes.
Open till midnight.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and click in there. The other thing is, the event doesn't end tonight. The work doesn't end. people can make donations all year round. Also, if they have devices, I remember last time we talked to you, it was if you have a device and it's what, 4 years or newer?
Less than 5 years old, we'll take those devices, refurbish those machines, and get them out to students who need a computer at home. That's how we do most of our work, and we depend, it's our lifeblood, on those hardware donations and these funds. So thank you all for joining us and for opening up your pocketbook to help support kids here in Houston.
And hopefully we can do this in person next year.
Hopefully, yes, in our brand new warehouse. So we'll see you all soon.
All right, thanks for joining us. Prost.